door. The shadow stretched across the floor. Cold air flows through the cracks. I forgot the first rule of this house: never look at the ceiling after midnight. The eyes are watching from the dark corners. My reflection in the mirror is smiling, but I am not laughing at all. Step by step the wooden floor creaks. The air gets heavy like wet lead. Something is breathing in my ear, a voice that doesn't belong to a human. Welcome to the nightmare of the mundane, where the rules are written in blood. Don't blink, don't scream, just run away. The stars above are closing their eyes. A giant entity is waking up under the city. The elevator stopped on the 13th floor. The lights flicker in a rhythmic pattern. Is this a glitch or a sacred ritual? I see a silhouette without a face. He holds a contract signed a few months ago. Run through the endless hallway. The walls are closing in slowly. I can hear the chanting of the fallen priest. The cosmic truth is too heavy for my soul. Welcome to the nightmare of the mundane, where the rules are written in blood. Don't blink, don't scream, just run away. The stars above are closing their eyes. A giant entity is waking up under the city. The door is finally opening. Stay quiet. He found me. Again, same blood on my hands, same broken grin. The monster's waiting on the second floor. I've been here 100 times before. I died on the 3rd floor, room 11. Respond in the lobby, it was 2 a.m. in heaven. The rules reset, but the monster didn't. It remembered every door I'd been in. On the 4th run I got clever. I memorized the hallways to the letter, but the building shifts on every loop. What was right last time is now the roof. The checkpoint saves my health and saves my blade, but cannot save the knowledge of what's afraid. Each reset costs something I can't name. I respawn lighter every single time. Back to the checkpoint, back to the start. Each run I leave a piece of my heart. The monster learns, but so do I. We're both getting said the exit's real, I found it once, but coming back felt wrong. The exit leads outside the game, where there's no checkpoint, no respawn. You only get one run out there, and I wasn't ready, so I stayed. Checkpoint loading. Progress preserved. I'll find the exit when I'm ready, or when the game decides I've served. Protocol activated. Do not answer the call. With a red light, characters are melting on the glass. A new notice appeared on the board. Ignore any staff with blue eyes. The hallway is stretching to infinity. The exit sign is bleeding on the floor. Logic is failing in this basement. Count your fingers every 10 minutes. If you find 6, do not scream. Close your eyes and wait for the signal. The system is hungry for your soul. Break the rules and you will disappear into the static where the ghosts live. Digital nightmare, binary curse. The administrator is watching your fear. No one escapes the 13th protocol. Drinking ink instead of bitter coffee. He asked me for the time of death. I haven't checked my watch for a few months. Time is a broken loop here. Enter the code before the countdown. 0, 1, 0, 0 void. The walls are made of cold data. Reality is just a flickering pixel. Break the rules and you will into the static where the ghosts live. Digital nightmare, binary curse. The administrator is watching your fear. No one escapes the 13th protocol. System failure. The connection is lost. Goodbye, user. I spoke the name into the dark and it answered. I wrote it backward and the mirror shattered. Something slipped in through the sound I made, and now I can't tell where I end or where it starts. They call the ritual simple, just a name. Write it backwards, say it to the flame. But the name that comes back isn't quite the same. had shifted slightly right of how I write. My colleagues said they noticed nothing different, but my reflection hesitates a beat behind. Something is using my name as a door, walking through the hallways I walked before. It answers to my face, my voice, my flaw, but it flinches when asked what it was looking for. The name beneath the name is older, knows the body better than the soul. It slid inside through the ritual shoulder. Now I can't be sure who has control. I tried to write the original back, traced every letter I had learned as a child, but the hand moved differently on the page, and what came out was legible but wild. Something is using my name as a door, walking through the hallways I walked before. It answers to my face, my voice, my flaw, but it flinches when asked what it was looking for. The name beneath the name is older, knows the body better than the soul. It slid inside through the ritual shoulder. Now I can't be sure who has control. Started leaving notes to myself in places only I would know to look. The notes keep being answered in my hand with words I didn't think and didn't book. Last note I left, are you still me? The answer came back, define, still define me. I haven't left a note since then. I'm not sure which of us would read it. My name is on the door, my name is in the record. My name responds when called, my name has learned to say enough. The stairs are moving. He is right behind you. I've been climbing for a few months, but the floor numbers never increase. 4, 4, 4, and 4 again. The emergency lights are bleeding red. A shadow is stretching from the landing. It has too many joints in its legs. The air smells like rusted iron and old fear. Every step I take, the sound triples. 1 for me and 2 for the things following. Don't touch the handrail made of skin. Keep your eyes on the flickering exit sign. Welcome to the staircase with no end, where the gravity of hell pulls city. Left on the 10th floor, belongs to a friend who disappeared, but the size is now 3 times bigger. Something is growing in this concrete throat. The walls are closing in with every breath. Run up or run down, it's all the same. The architecture is hungry for your meat. I can hear the building groaning in pain, or maybe it's the sound of a giant stomach. Welcome to the staircase with no end, where the gravity of hell pulls you down. Don't breathe too loud, don't scream at all. The entity is feeding on your exhaustion, lost in the vertical maze of the city. The door is locked. He is standing right there. No more stairs. The signal came at 3 a.m. No name, no number on the screen. Just static shaped like breathing. And a message no one sent. I traced the call to an empty hall where the lights still hum but no one walks. The floor is clean, the chairs aligned, but the clock stopped at a time before mine. I found the room at the end of the line, a door that shouldn't open, it opened fine. The air inside was stale and thin, like something lived there once within. I checked the records, checked the files, every name erased for miles. No incident, no missing report, just a blank where a person odd. Hollow signal, hollow name, a frequency nobody claimed. The walls remember what we don't, and the signal plays on, plays on. I pressed my ear against the wall. I thought I heard someone call, but when I turned, the hallway stretched farther than the blueprint sketch. I checked the records, checked the files, every name erased for miles. No incident, no missing report, just a blank where a person odd. Hollow signal, hollow name, a frequency nobody claimed. The walls remember what we don't, and the signal plays on, plays on. They said the building has no basement floor, but the elevator this floor. I filed the report. I left the building. I never spoke of -4, but some nights the signal returns and the frequency, it knows my name. This is a report. Subject is missing. The coffee machine is bleeding today. The break room is filled with fog. I found a file on my computer, created a few months ago by me, but I don't remember writing it. It says don't leave before the sun cries. The windows are painted with black oil. The printer is making a human sound, spitting out pages of my past. Every mistake is a ghost in the hall, waiting for the clock to strike 13. Submit your soul to the company. Are written in your veins. We don't work for money anymore. We work to keep the monsters away. Welcome to the abnormal routine. I saw a shadow in the meeting room, giving a presentation about my death. The slides were made of my memories. The co-workers were clapping with no hands. I think I am losing my mind. Fill out the forms with your blood. Don't ask about the missing staff. They're just part of the furniture now. Functional, silent and cold. Submit your soul to the company. The rules are written in your veins. We don't work for money anymore. We work to keep the monsters away. Welcome to the abnormal routine. The report is sent. Access denied. Stay at your desk. Log entry 06. CCTV room is empty, but the screens are full. On the monitor wall, one of them shows a room that doesn't exist. A man is waving at the camera. I recognized his face a few months ago. He was the guard who died in this building. The keys in my hands are getting colder. I must finish the patrol before the bell rings. Don't shine the flashlight into the corner. You might see something that shouldn't be seen. Keep the radio on at all times. The white noise is your only friend tonight. Watching the darkness, guarding the gate between the living and the things that wait. The manual says ignore the crying. The building is a beast that never sleeps. Just another night in this haunted routine. I heard a scratching sound in the vents. Something is crawling above my head. I checked the logbook on the desk. The last entry was written by me. Tomorrow it says, don't look at the screen, number 4. The flashlight is dying slowly. Shadows are dancing in the security room. The monitor is showing my own back. Someone is standing behind me right now. Watching the darkness, guarding the gate between the living and the things that wait. The manual says ignore the crying. The building is a beast that never sleeps. Just another night in this haunted routine. Log ends here. The door is opening. End of the shift. They say there's a story in every alley, a face in every window after midnight. Urban legend number 7 says, don't look at your reflection after 10. The face that looks back isn't yours. It started learning you for years. My neighbor saw it first one fall. He taped a cloth across every hole. He said the eyes had changed position. He said it memorized his face with precision. I laughed it off. I kept my mirrors clean until I noticed something wrong between the version that I am and the version in the glass. Urban legend, do not look too long. The copy watches while you sleep. It studies every gesture, every song, and waits until the mirror's deep enough. The story spread from block to block. By 3 a.m. they all had put the clothes up. Only I refused. I watched myself until I wasn't sure which self was left. I laughed it off. I kept my mirrors clean until I noticed something wrong between the version that I am and the version in the glass. Urban legend, do not look too long. The copy watches while you sleep. It studies every gesture, every song, and waits until the mirror's deep enough. The rules are simple. Legend says, never speak your name in front of glass. Never smile first, let it smile. Check the hands are always 1 second slow, 1 second back. If the hand's alright, you're still on track. But the morning I checked, both smiled fast. legend never said what happens next after the copy passes every test.
Did you finish the test? The answer is your life. The clock stopped at 3 a.m. But the sun is not coming up. I've been solving this math problem for at least a few months now. The numbers are turning into bugs, crawling out from the textbook pages. The ink is staining my fingertips. The student in the back is invisible, but I can hear him breathing fast. He wants to borrow my eraser, made of human teeth and sorrow. Midnight study with the ghosts. Don't fail the grade of survival. The teacher is watching from the vent. If you blink, you will lose your eyes. The school is a living creature. I tried to run to the main gate, but the stairs led me back here. The blackboard is filled with names of those who couldn't find the exit. My name is slowly appearing there. Erase the memories, keep the rules. Don't talk to the girl in the red dress. She has been dead for 20 years, but she still needs help with her essay. Midnight study with the ghosts. Don't fail the grade of survival. The teacher is watching from the vent. If you blink, you will lose your eyes. The school is a living creature. The bell is ringing, but it's not the end. Next period begins. The boundary is gone. Everything is leaking. End of the world. The school and the office are merging now. The sky is a screen with no signal. I've known this was coming for a few months. The rules were just a delay for the end. The ghost is stepping out from the static. Reality is folding like a piece of paper. My heartbeat is a countdown for the void. The status window is melting on the floor. The manager and the president are screaming. There is no manual for this disaster. The system is finally breaking apart. System overload, the nightmare is free. No more rules, no more survival. The urban legend the thousand eyes. The people are turning into pixels, disappearing into the digital abyss. I am the last one who remembers the sun. Delete the memories, burn the code. The monsters are the only truth left. We were just data in a haunted machine. Now the power is turning off forever. System overload, the nightmare is free. No more rules, no more survival. The urban legends are our new masters. Witness the end of the gray routine. The world is a glitch in the dark, shutting down. Zero. Blackout.
There's a voice in the dead band calling my street. Every month on the 5th I lose sleep. The addresses vanish. The buildings come down. And mine was the last one. He read to the ground. I scan the dead bands every night between the stations, searching for a light. The static breathes, the static shifts. Occasionally something lifts. I caught a voice in October year 3. A man describing a street I know precisely. He was reading addresses out loud, like a list of names after a crowd. I wrote the addresses down in order, checked them in the morning light. Every single one had been demolished between the years of 89 and night.
Dead frequency.
Who is sending a signal from a place that isn't there?
Dead frequency.
Still descending through channels made of nothing but old air. The voice returned on the 5th of each month. Same cadence, different streets, same hunch. My neighborhood was listed in the spring. I wrote my address down before he could finish. I wrote the addresses down in order, checked them in the morning light. Every single one had been demolished between the years of 89 and night.
Dead frequency.
Who is sending a signal from a place that isn't there?
Dead frequency.
Still descending through channels made of nothing but old air. In June the voice said my full name slowly, like reading from a form already filed. It said my address, then my building number, then stopped before the unit, paused a while. I turned the radio off and moved 3 cities. I left no forwarding address behind. In August at 88.7 precisely, a neighbor called. My radio was left assigned. frequency still opens at 88.7 at 11 p.m. when the noise drops low. I have not turned it on since June, but I can hear it from the room below.
Clean the floor before it dries. The stains are alive. I've been mopping this hallway for a few months, but the red marks always come back. They call me the janitor of the void. I clean the things that humans shouldn't see. The trash cans are full of broken teeth, and the lockers are whispering in the dark. I pretend I can't hear a single word. Don't use the blue soap on the black stains. It only makes the monsters angry. Keep your head down and look at the tiles. 1, 2, 3, and a crack in the soul. The janitor knows where the bodies are hidden, in the cracks of the wall, in the shadow of the door. Clean the sin, wipe the fear away. The building is hungry for a sacrifice. Just another day of cleaning the hell. I found a finger in the office sink. It was still wearing the wedding ring. I threw it away like a piece of paper. In this place everyone is disposable. Even my own reflection is fading away. The bucket is filled with liquid shadows. The mop is getting heavier every night. The stains are moving when I look away. They want to become my own shadow. The janitor knows where the bodies are hidden, in the cracks of the wall, in the shadow of the door. Clean the sin, wipe the fear away. The building is hungry for a sacrifice. Just another day of cleaning the house. The floor is wet. Watch your step. Almost finished.
The shift never ends. Don't look at the window. The office is quiet at midnight. The copy machine is working by itself. I found a manual in the drawer, rule number 4. Ignore the shadows. The water cooler is filled with red. My boss has no face today. He just stares at the empty screen. Type the report for the ghost. The deadlines are getting closer. The elevator only goes down to the floors that don't exist. Welcome to the office of lost souls, where you work until you fade away. No windows, no exits, no mercy. The coffee tastes like old memories, just a gear in the haunted machine. I haven't seen the sun for a few months. Fluorescent lights are my only stars. The files are screaming in the cabinet. Someone is calling from the basement. I must not answer the phone. The clock is moving backwards. 3, 2, 1, 0 again. Routine is the most terrifying curse. The gray walls are breathing softly. Welcome to the office of lost souls, where you work until you fade away. No windows, no exits, no mercy. The coffee tastes like old memories, just a gear in the haunted machine. The lights are flickering. Stay at your desk. Work continues.
Every page I turn turns back on me. Every word I read rewrites what I see. I should have left it sealed inside the box, but the seal was already broken when it knocked. The pages turned on their own by 3. The text had changed since yesterday. I photographed every word at noon. By midnight, the photographs read differently. Chapter 1 described a scholar who received a book that changed its words. Chapter 7 was my address. Chapter 12 was things I'd never heard. The more I read, the less I knew which page I turned to first, and whether the book was reading me while I tried to read its curse. The manuscript writes back. It knows the reader by their name. Each chapter is a different trap, and finishing the book is not the aim. I tried to burn it on the 23rd. The ash rearranged itself at dawn. The next morning I found new chapters, written in a hand that wasn't mine, but almost. The more I read, the less I knew which page I'd turn to first, and whether the book was reading me while I tried to read its curse. The manuscript writes back. It knows the reader by their name. Each chapter is a different trap, and finishing the book is not the aim. The epilogue warns never to finish, to leave the last page permanently blank. It says the book is a living record of every soul that turned its pages, and the final chapter, always new, is written by the one who doesn't stop. I am the current chapter. I am writing without knowing. The manuscript sits on my desk untouched. I've placed a bookmark 40 pages from the end. Some nights the pages move